my name is Alexandra Makhklouf. I'm 35 years old and I live in Johannesburg, South Africa.
In 2014, you became legally blind. How was the process for you to accept and adapt yourself to this process?
In the beginning, it was very difficult because it was very sudden. So it took a lot of time to understand how to change the way I navigate and change the way I work and relate to people. It was basically just a lot of making a lot of mistakes and learning along the way.
How did acquiring your disability change your experience as a student at the University of Wits?
It changed my experience in that it changed how I navigate space, in what spaces were accessible to me. It changed the way in which I relate to people and how they relate to me. It also changed how I access work and journal articles and textbooks and lectures and all those kinds of things. So that did take a long time to get used to.
Could you tell us more about your profession of being a blind artist?
Having to adjust to working in this way with impaired vision and at times close to no vision, I have to interact with the materials and surfaces in a very different way. Sometimes different senses come to the fore, and the way I imagine things on a two-dimensional surface is very different to the way I worked before, which was primarily reliant on vision. It's a process which I don't think I figured out. I'm still learning, and it might take the rest of my life to learn and to feel almost a sense of mastery over the materials.
What has been the biggest challenge you have faced as a blind artist?
Some of the challenges have been trying to learn how to find new ways of working, and I think a lot of the time the ways I have in my head, the old ways of working, they don't really work now, so it's something I'm still trying to figure out. The other thing that I find quite difficult is, before I used to go to a lot of exhibitions, to art galleries. I used to take things from my environment and bring them together to make a work. But now visually I can't do that, so I have to find different ways of being a magpie and finding different elements, sometimes with different senses, and bringing them into a visual work and doing that kind of like a translation into the visual. It's something I'm struggling with all the time and trying to figure out how it would work.
What new perspective has your disability given you?
The new perspective that it's given me, I think before I used to live a lot in books and in theory and those kinds of things, but not being able to see it very quickly brings to the front of my mind the physicality and materiality of things, when it's so easy to walk into things and not, if you're not aware of the space you're walking around in, it can be, the world has a way of announcing itself. So I think it's changed in that way. Also, I used to work and do a lot of things very quickly, very easily, and now it's just become a lot more obvious how certain things take time, and to do them well takes time, and those kinds of things.
3. What do you think needs to be worked on or improved in your area?
Generally, if people had more access to resources and opportunities, and maybe a community of people like them, they could see how other people problem solve and be motivated by other people's success and then be driven to it themselves. So I think mostly resources and opportunities.